Hi guys, we're starting a new series, Gemini North Node. Gemini North Node, I'm wearing my newspaper shirt because Gemini has to do with communication, information, sharing information, gathering information, thinking, writing, talking, discussing. That's Gemini. So we're going to talk a lot because we're in Gemini territory. But first we have to examine your South Node in Sagittarius and give you a general idea. So those of you who have South Node in Sagittarius, I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of surprised that you are watching this video because Sagittarius South Nodes, they don't really like to listen and they don't really think they need to learn anything because they think they know it all. And to their defense, you guys do know it all because you guys did so much in your lifetimes. You explored yourself to the end. I mean, you went literally to the ends of the world in your exploration because more than anything, Sagittarius loves freedom, loves freedom of movement, freedom of going, freedom of finding out, of discovering. You know, they're the wanderer, the nomad, the gypsy, the one that just, you know, leaves the house in the morning and says, I have no idea where I'm going, but I know that I'm gonna have a blast today. And that's what you guys know how to do. You know how to have fun. You know how to make the best of wherever you are. And wherever you are, there's fun around you. You guys are pranksters, tricksters. You love to have fun. Fun is a big part of you. And you guys are larger than life. You know, you have so much energy in you. You know, Sagittarius is a fire sign and it's a very mobile fire sign. You know, it's the liver of life. You know how to live life. You've lived a lot of lives with a lot of experience. You've gathered a lot of knowledge about the universe, about the world around you, about other countries, religions, philosophies. I mean, you explored everything and you have so much to share with the world. A bright example, an awesome example of a Sagittarius South Node is Mr. Donald Trump. Amazing example because the guy doesn't care what you think about him. He doesn't care how you perceive him. He just is. And Sagittarius is larger than life. Sagittarius is goofy and aloof and just so much fun. And we're gonna talk about the way that Sagittarius South Node went to the extreme, because if it's in your South Node, that means you overdid the qualities of Sagittarius. You overplayed them. So somebody who doesn't like to listen to others, doesn't care what you have to say, thinks that, I would say that everybody else around them is stupid and small and afraid and just boring, you know, plain boring. And Sagittarius thinks it's probably the coolest thing in the world. So lifetime is like that. Lifetimes of exploration, lifetimes of exploring everything from philosophy to religion to other countries to the world in general, you know, different foods, different customs. So you are my Gemini Sagittarius people, that axis of the nodes. You guys are my teachers, my speakers, you guys have so much to share with the world. And every sign, each one of you does it in a different way, you know. So as a Sagittarius South Node, you guys were the crazy preachers, the ones that, you know, preached doomsday, the ones that, you know, you led crowds, you know, you were so fanatic in your thinking and in your perceptions. You kind of lost yourself in this big world, you know, you kind of went to the deep end. And because of that, you may have these crazy fanatic ideas. And a lot of times, if somebody talks to you, they'll be like, God, do you ever just shut up? Or like, hey, can I say something? Or like, hey, you think you know it all. And God forbid you argue with a Sagittarius South Node, because I would argue you and you will just be left there, you know, they'll burn the shit out of you because they're fire that's strong, that's lively and fun. I love Sagittarius energy and Gemini energy, I do. So I always have fun interacting with people like that because they don't care. They just say what they think. They have their truth. Boom. If you don't like it, I'll find somebody else to listen to me. So this brings me to the North Node in Gemini. So if you guys preached and taught and had everybody listen to you, in this lifetime, you're more about kind of contracting your world, but not in a sense of making it small, but just really paying attention to details. Paying attention to other people, listening to other people, let somebody else talk for once, learn something from another, let another one speak. You know, Gemini North Nodes are very curious and they love information. They love exchange of information. And so with a Gemini North Node, you're here to kind of slow down. You know, I know it's hard because you're so used to having that freedom, and you kind of have to just kind of slow down and, you know, let others talk, let others speak, let others share information and learn something from your interaction with people, and not look at people as stupid and scared and mediocre, but look at them as like, hey, I can learn something from everybody, you know, because you are open-minded and you are cool about interacting with anybody. You know, you can interact with royalty the same as you can interact with, you know, somebody off the street. Like, you're cool about that because you're very inclusive. So in Gemini, you really have to open your mind to, you know, get to know the world around you, but through interaction with others, through interaction, exchanging ideas, exchanging information, listening, not so much talking and being the loudest one in the room, but listening and learning from others, you know, asking questions about others. Hey, what do you think about this? Instead of telling them, hey, let me tell you what you should do with your life. Let me tell you what's right, what's the truth. No, you know, ask the guy, hey, what do you think? How do you see the situation and why? And that would be the beauty. So I know I talked a lot about Sagittarius South Node, not a lot about Gemini North Node, but we're going to talk about it more when we go through all the houses so you can get a better idea. Okay? All right. Come along. North Node in Gemini in the 6th house. Before we get to the 6th house, let's talk about your South Node in Sagittarius in the 12th house. So, whenever you are dealing with the 12th house, you are dealing with mystery. You're dealing with skeletons in the closet. You're dealing with the subconscious. You're dealing with what's not seen. You're dealing with your self-undoing. You're dealing with secrets. You're dealing with basically whatever you're not aware of that's there, but it's not conscious. So when we put Sagittarius in there, I would say you guys went off to the deep end. Yeah, because Sagittarius in the 12th house got lost. I guarantee you. Got lost in his pursuit of the truth, because Sagittarius is always looking to find the truth. Sagittarius is always looking to find itself. So when you put beautiful Sagittarius fire in the 12th house, the freaking guy got lost in his truth. He freaking took it to an extreme once again. Now, before I go into like the extreme manifestations, the good thing about Sagittarius in the 12th is that you probably were pretty brave in exploring the unknown, the unseen, you know, the psychedelics. You know, you're very adventurous in the sense of, you know, I'm thinking ayahuasca, I'm thinking freaking Machu Picchu trips to find yourself. You freaking probably traveled all over the place for that search of truth, for maybe the search of meaning of life, maybe the search of God. You know, there's a huge desire and thirst to find God, to find truth, to find why we're here. And you're very, you know, adventurous in that, fearless in that. You know, you're not afraid to go in and spend the day with some shamans somewhere by the fire and try to like get lost in that and see what it means and stuff. But that means that you kind of, in your search for truth, in your search for that, you kind of got lost. And you kind of became a hermit too. It's a perfect position for hermit here. Because Sagittarius is a hermit to begin with. You know, Sagittarius doesn't mind being alone. He doesn't really need anybody. So, and he's always on the go. And so in the 12th house, I would say you got lost. I would say you too much being out there and not present in the daily life, you know. Let's talk about drugs. Let's talk about, like I said, ayahuasca, something like that, where you go in and you had practices where you just wanted to touch God. You wanted to touch, to know, you know, how the world came about. You wanted to get closer to God, put it like that. Let's put it like that. I like that. So, but because you did that, you kind of got lost in that because, you know, God is everywhere. That's another thing. God is every day. God is in everything. Everything you see, hear, everything is God. So when you go on a pursuit like that, a very aggressive pursuit like that, you're bound to, you know, Because God is everywhere. If you just go looking for a particular thing, you're bound once again to have that tunnel vision, to have that obsessive thinking about truth, and basically not seeing the little things around you that could be spirituality, but you're only thinking about this, like, I know that this is spirituality and I'm going to get to it. And so in your pursuit of that, you lost yourself, lost your mind. Let's say that you probably lost your mind, lost touch with humans, lost touch with everyday stuff, lost touch with maybe your body too, maybe just lost touch with your physical. Yeah, you got lost in the spiritual, and you lost touch with being a human. You lost touch with what makes you human. And so, because when we're here, we kind of have to be balanced in all ways. We can't just be too much in the clouds. We have to be here. We have to eat. We have sex. We drink water. Sometimes we drink a glass of wine. Sometimes we meditate. Sometimes we take a hike. So everything has to be going. All the levels have to go. If you're focusing too much out there, you're almost thinking that you don't want to be on Earth anymore. So I would say stuff like that where you basically were like, gosh, I don't even want to be human. Maybe you rejected the idea of humans, of being in this incarnation. Maybe you were just like, this is stupid. All these people, they're like ants all over each other doing stupid things, wasting their life when there's so much wisdom out there. But you forgot that you actually came here to be a human. So that's what's happening. So now, with the North Node in the 6th in Gemini, you're here to become active, very active in your day-to-day activities, in your day-to-day tasks, in your health, in your work, because if you were too much in the 12th house Sagittarius, you basically probably never worked, probably didn't even know, you had completely disconnected from humanity, I would say, like that. You went the deep end. So with Gemini in the North Node in the 6th, you're asked to be very involved, very mentally involved in your day-to-day tasks, making lists, making set things that you do every day, being, once again, curiosity, let go of the deep tunnel thinking and open your mind to curiosity about your body, about listening to your body, and focusing on your body, because before you forgot about everything. You got so lost in your spiritual pursuit that you forgot about the physical. So you're here to get to know the physical. You're here to get to know your mundane tasks. You're here to get a job. You're here to communicate. You're here to interact with people. You're here to be around people. You're here to you cannot separate yourself. You cannot be a recluse. You cannot. You have to interact with people, and you have that desire in you because you're so done of being that recluse and being on your own that there's a thirst in you of being among humans, of talking, of listening, of sharing. Once again, Gemini North Node, lots of talking, lots of sharing, lots of questions, asking questions, in your work environment, interacting with people, being active, changing things, not staying one way. Gemini is changeable. So in the 6th house, I'm thinking, you can have different kinds of jobs. You can do this, and then if you're bored, you can do this. It's okay for you to get bored. It's okay for you to change your thinking, because before you were so tunnel vision and only this and this only. Now you're here to occupy your mind with different things and let it go wherever it wants to go. Let's say today you are into let's say you don't eat meat. Tomorrow you're like, you know what, I don't want to eat this. So you're allowed to change. You're allowed to change the way you approach your body, your health. You're allowed to, read about that, get to know your body, study your body, listen to the reactions of your body. Maybe you ignored your body before because you didn't care, because you were all about the spiritual, that you basically forgot about legs and feet, and maybe you didn't even have sex before. You're here to get to know your body. You're here to be curious about it, to explore it, to talk about it with other people. Maybe ask them, hey, what do you do to take care of your body? What do you do for this? Same thing at work, interaction, curiosity, lots of daily tasks that involve exchanges of information, You know, let's see, what else? Yeah, cannot be a recluse. That's all I'm going to say. You're here to interact day-to-day activities, tasks with others, share with others. If you want to, you know, it can be your work environment. So you want to write something, you know, if you want to produce something of your own, you know, your mind, use your mind, but not in obsessive ways. You know, it's okay to be flighty. It's okay to jump from one thing to another. It's okay to do something for a whole month and then completely go the opposite way. It's okay to be, like I said, vegetarian and then go freaking eat meat. You know, you're here to play and be curious with your body and try different things. In your work, in your body, in your day-to-day things, you know, get out there, talk to people, share information, listen, ask questions. That's it. Okay? Bye.